Hey guys, welcome back to class. For those that are interested in improving yourself every day in every single way, follow me at Brycon_raw for Twitter. And of course, if you want to know my simple life, pretty boring, I guess, whatever, follow me on Instagram at Brycon_raw. Thank you. Have a great day. Cheers. All right, guys. So we've been touching on NLP. And basically what we've learned has been that it's the ability to communicate and create change. So why is this so important? So we start seeing the different layers of how we interpret the world. So basically we have our environment, we have our behavior, our values and beliefs. Even before that, we have capabilities and skills. Beyond our values and beliefs, we start seeing ourselves as an identity, and of course even beyond that becomes spiritual. That's even beyond the idea of us, right? There's something more beyond this life. It doesn't have to be God, it doesn't have to be nothing, it just has to be something of more than what it seems, because this can be an anomaly, this could be nothing, this could be something, right? But how you live your life is definitely going to determine on what you do now and for the rest of your life. You're taking the action now. So what we're looking at is obviously the environment. We're looking at different things. We see a lot of people that are in denial. They predispose themselves to many things, right? So they start distorting their ideas of a lot of things, and they start deleting things because they don't believe that's true. So we've talked about this before, especially with even the marketing segment, because it just distorts the vision of what communicating society actually means. So we're looking at many of the things that we do with people, places, playthings, even activities. So sometimes we need to change these things, right, for us to change ourselves. That means cutting off people, that means cutting off remedial things that have no innovation or any focus whatsoever. You know, sometimes that means cutting off video games or porn or whatever you're doing that is just so mediocre or just monotonous. You know, it's just the same thing over and over again. Change it up, spice it up. Now, of course, as we start changing this, we start changing a lot of the influences that starts surrounding us. Basically, we start changing the people that are going to influence us. Of course, the areas, you know, that means moving from one area to another. That means a lot of influence. It could be schools, it could be anything, activities, school, after school activities. It could also mean even being part of a society or something like that, or being part of a yoga club or a karate club. You know, just being a citizen within society, but again, you're doing something that you like, you're doing it with people that like the same thing that you like, you're actually communicating and commuting together, right? It's like a congregation. People think in masses and individually, right? So there's different ideas. Now we start looking at our behaviors. What is necessary for our behaviors to actually change? So, you know, we have different ideas such as learning. What is it that we have the ability to do, right? If that means practicing different things, right? We've talked about visualizing a person that we want to emulate, someone that we want to be. It could be like me, I fancy Johnny Depp, you know, great artist, definitely a great movie actor, and the charisma that he has, the way that he moves, expresses himself, so poised. It takes time to actually do that. But of course, you can see the little behaviors, and then we start to actually kind of emulate it ourselves. We start moving like that. Just kind of like a cub and the mom, right? So the cub starts seeing how the mom, or it could be like Simba and Mufasa, same thing. You see how Mufasa starts hunting, and Simba would do the same thing. He starts emulating exactly what Mufasa is doing, because it's the movements, the focus, how he behaves. You can see the desire, so he knows to invoke that as well. Now what we're looking at is, what else do we have? What else is it for us that makes us predisposed for change? It's our ability, capabilities, and skills. What is that? If you are highly intelligent, it can mean going back to school, you know, getting a master's, getting a PhD. I've talked to many people and they always tell me not to do a PhD. But if you feel like you want to do that, if that's your desire in life, do it. That means learning in different ways. What else do you have that that creates this positive attitude for you to create an easier life for yourself? That means even learning a course to get a promotion at work. It can mean different things such as taking cooking classes so you can be a chef, or taking classes for your associates. It can be an array of things. It doesn't have to be educational, but you're still learning at the same time. You have that ability. What else do you have? Behaviors and anything that your skills bring with that behavior. So of course you're really good with people. You're really good with sales. So what does that mean? You start meeting people. Go out, meet people, see who you can find, see who you can connect with, see if people share the same interests. So if you work with music producers, you start meeting artists, musicians. You start connecting people. It makes it easier for you. What does that mean? That you can be a promoter, right? So you start booking jobs, you can be an agent, you start moving up. So start seeing what you can bring to the table and then start changing that. Now, what we're also seeing is our values. So what is our values? It's mostly the questions that you're gonna ask yourself. Is this the expression of myself, right? Is this the truest expression of myself? Am I this kind of person? When people say, I'm this kind of person, believe them, right? Because they're telling the truth. I would imagine so. I mean, there's some people that just blatantly just lie. I have a cousin that actually does that. I really think he's just a pathological liar, but it's cool. He's funny. He definitely gets in the jokes, but there's a limit, right? So understand what is true. What is true to you. Now, describe how is this lining up with your purpose, your mission, or how others can perceive you, right? What are the labels that you put to other people? Is this something true to your value, to your beliefs? Man, look at all the news and how people have different beliefs and values about so many things. I mean, with sports, with society, with campaigns, I mean, it's ridiculous. So see what is true to you. Now, start writing what is really important to you. 5 to 8 things, right? And then what are you doing, to fulfill that mission? What is it that you're doing to find that mission? Do you have one? Ask yourself that. If you don't, then you probably want to start finding it now. That's your purpose. Now, it starts going more spiritual after that, right? Because after you start seeing what an identity is, you start seeing why you start doing things, right? Why do other people start doing that? What are factors that are important to you? What is it that you hold so true to yourself? Are you right? Are you wrong? Do you feel like you're right? Do you feel like you're wrong? How you perceive other people perceive you as well? And what is it that you want, right? That will make you say, that is a must, that I should do, that I should not do, and I must not do that. Now, there is no middle ground, it's polarity. So start stating your opinions. Start saying, I do not like that, I hate that. That is, people will respect you more. Now, they don't have to agree. Again, we're talking about our values and beliefs. Start seeing what influences your values and beliefs. Now we're looking at the spiritual sense, and what is it that you're doing to find that purpose? What is the change that you're making? Is that for your purpose? Now, what we're trying to accumulate with all these, layers of identity, I would call it. So basically our environment, our behavior, our capabilities and skills, our values and beliefs, our identity, and our spirituality, is that you start going more into yourself. You start finding the core essence of who you really are. This is finding your purpose. How do you find your purpose? You go through each layer and start doing the change outer from inner, but know what you truly hold dear and true to yourself, because that's the most important thing. If you're not, if you're lying to yourself, I mean, like, how are you going to be truthful to everybody else? It makes no sense. And you'll always know that. You'll always know that you're living a lie. And there's many people that actually do that, and those people end up suicidal. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just, do you not really like living? I can understand that. Life is hard. Sometimes the circumstances given to us is not ideal, and it's not what we always wanted or ever wanted. I understand that. But what are you doing to change that? You always have a choice. Whether the choice is yes and yes, you still have a choice. Whether it's no and no, you still have a choice. Whether it's like, you know, kill me or don't kill me, you're forced into a choice, but you can still make a choice. Make the choice right now. Let's do this. All right, guys, so I'm out and about, what I just talked about. Peace.